Today is Wednesday. I live up here by Mount Hood in Zone 8 in Oregon. Wednesday means that it's the day to fertilize all my plants, which is quite the task. It takes me a few hours, but everything looks so pretty in the morning sun. I decided to do a quick video. Right here is a little friend of mine. I don't know if you can see him. Every morning I say good morning to him. He's kind of just enjoying the sun. I think he's so pretty. He's a little lime green spider and he lives on my purple hibiscus. And this is at the top, it's an African daisy, but it hasn't bloomed. You know, it bloomed just profusely this summer. Then we had so much heat and stuff, it kind of died back, but it is starting to bloom again. And even some of this, I couldn't believe it. Some of my stock bloomed again. Look at that. And a white one right there. They're usually spring flowers, kind of like tulips. And then my geranium is blooming again. I think it's because of the cool, almost fall weather that we've been getting, that things are starting to feel a little bit better, a little bit of relief from the heat. I have had problems with this rose so much it got scorched in the heat, and it's called the Double Delight, and it's supposed to be like a red, and then it goes into a pink and softer pink. Well, I finally got it. I had to trim it back like 3 or 4 times because it got so much damage from the heat, where we had a heat wave and it was 116. But now there's not any like really red in the first bloom that's coming out. It is white and light pink. Not sure why it's such a different color than what it was before the heat wave. It's still pretty. And now walk out on the main walkway out to what I call my Pollinators Garden. Of course, bees are already up this morning doing their job. Those are African vanilla marigolds and some salvia. And if you look down the whole row, I did like marigolds, salvia, but the salvia is kind of starting to outgrow the marigolds. And there, Angelina, this thing, I have just totally loved this plant, and I am going to do more of those. In fact, I'm probably going to do my border with the Angelina instead of the salvia. And here's a lower variety of Dahlia that is just beautifully in bloom. And then I have some zinnias, and of course my peonies, and it's you know, done blooming a long time ago. And I have a whole bunch of snapdragons, very tall snapdragons, but I do have an issue with them because I planted them too close together and watered them overhead, which I've learned not to do. They got that snapdragon rust, so I've had to take a lot of them out, but I learned not to do that again. And then I have some yarrow and another salvia here, but it has been totally overtaken by this teddy bear sunflower, and they're just starting to bloom, so I'm excited about that. Then I have a daisy down here, but again, the sunflower is kind of taken over there. I'll move it somewhere next year. I probably won't plant that salvia there. I mean the sunflower there. And then I've had that beautiful ruby daisy. It's a daisy, but what they call those? A daylily. I'm sorry, it's not a daisy. This bloomed and was so beautiful all year long. So now it won't bloom again this year. We're waiting for next spring. Sorry for the glare of the sun. It is really early morning sun. Oh, and one thing that I really like is I got that new birdhouse this year. So I've enjoyed having that in my garden. And I have a little Cheyenne spirit Echinacea there. So next year that will be bigger. And some salvia. I have at least 4 different kinds of salvia. And then the pokey plant that we're going to move. Sunflowers. These are moonlight sunflowers, and they were only supposed to get 4 feet tall. I think they outdid themselves. And they're just starting to bloom. This one here is like about 6.5 feet tall. Up there you can't see it. Anyway, this dahlia has bloomed several times, but I've taken the flowers off and used them for bouquets, but it has buds all over it. So I'm waiting for it to bloom again. It's beautiful. I have to squeeze back here. See, the teddy bears are just starting to bloom. I would say within the next week they will. Here I have another echinacea down there, but I'm either going to move it or I'm not going to plant so much stuff around it because I believe that it needs more sunshine. There we go with another teddy bear. I put them throughout. I didn't expect them to be that big of a bush because, again, on the plant it said they were only 2 to 3 feet tall. And some of them have gotten that big, but they're a lot bushier than I expected them to be. I have another daisy down here that I will definitely move it. It did not get enough sun down here. And the same thing with the Veronica. The Veronica, it's done really well down here. Bloomed all summer long and looked beautiful, but it needs to have more sunshine. And this is, it's called Diva Dahlia, and it was a lot larger than I expected. It has 1 bud on it, but it has bloomed 2 other times. A little disappointed in how many blooms it actually has, but when it does bloom, they are huge. The blossoms are huge. And this is my dahlia that I've absolutely loved. Moon, oh, here's the tag. Let me look at it. Midnight Moon is what it's called. And I've used it in a lot of my vase flowers. Look how beautiful that is. And it has just bloomed and bloomed and bloomed and bloomed. Here's another one. The only thing, the stems are a little bit short, but some of them have a little bit of length to them. Ooh, I gotta get that one. Oh no, it's already broken. Gosh darn it. I'll have to take that one out. I needed to stake it up so that it wouldn't break off from the rest of the thing. Now my echinacea, the pink echinacea, I thought this one was done, that it was finished blooming, and all of a sudden I got another bloom. I've saved all the seed pods so that I can put them out for the birds as fall comes. So this is the back of my Pollinators Garden, and there's the front porch, and now I get to start. I'll water them just lightly and then I'll fertilize. I do it once a week, and I use Jack's Bloom Booster, and I have another whole garden out in the back, so I have to do that one too. So it'll be a busy morning for me. I probably won't get done until noon. Over there by the window, that is a hydrangea, of course, but that thing is probably 6 feet tall. It always gets huge, and I've taken starts off of it and planted it around the yard, so I actually have more than one of those hydrangeas. Anyway, I hope you have a great, wonderful morning. It's sun shining here in the end of August. Beautiful weather. It's cooled down a little bit, so it's a little bit more enjoyable. I just had to get out here and be with my flowers, fertilize them, and put a smile on everyone's face. Hope you enjoy. See you in the garden.